Why can't we lead today the same way that we led 10, 15 years ago? How come in the next 10 years we can't lead the exact same way that we are leading today? What are the trends that are forcing us to think differently about leadership? And what are the trends that are forcing us to become this new type of leader? You're going to be able to have very clear and direct conversations with your peers, your coworkers, and even your customers about how the business world is changing, how leadership is changing, and what this means for you, for your team members, and for the organization as a whole. As with anything in life, it's important to understand why. Why do you need to change? I might tell you that exercising is super important. But if you ask me, why is exercising so important? If I can't tell you why, then why should you bother changing? The same thing for leadership and thinking about the future leader. I might tell you, we need a new type of leader. You need to become a new type of leader. And you might say to me, well, how? Why? Why do I need to be this new type of leader? What's causing this shift? It's important for you to understand that. I learned something absolutely insane today. 96% of the people who watch videos on this channel are not subscribed. Are you one of those people? Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It'll take you 1 second. It helps me a lot, and you'll get access to more videos just like this one. Tim Ryan is the CEO of PwC in the United States, and I had the opportunity to actually work with PwC on a couple engagements over the past year or so. And when I interviewed Tim, he gave me this really great quote, and he told me that what made a great leader over the past 10, 20 years no longer makes a great leader today. And that what makes a great leader today will no longer make a great leader in the next 10 years. He said it's going to be a completely radical and different type of leader that we need inside of our organizations. And by the way, he's not the only CEO who told me this. From the 140 that I interviewed, this was the general consensus. And keep in mind, these CEOs are responsible for the lives of over 7.5 million people on planet Earth. My main goals for you are very simple and straightforward. Goal number 1, I want you to understand why leadership is changing. Very simple. Goal number 2, I want you to understand what are the trends that are shaping future leaders. What are the trends that are shaping the future of leadership? I want you to be able to understand those trends, have conversations about those trends, and be able to communicate with your employees, with your customers, with your partners, whoever you need to communicate with, what those trends are and what they mean. And the third goal that I have for you is to understand the implications of these trends. In other words, how are these trends going to impact you, your organization, your team, and what should you be doing as a result of these trends? Hopefully that makes sense and we're on the same page. The goals are very straightforward, but again, we really can't talk about the future leader without understanding why it is that leaders have to change and what the future of leadership is going to look like. I sincerely believe that by embracing the concepts that I talk about in the book, you will absolutely be able to future-proof your career, you will be able to future-proof your organization, and you will be able to future-proof your life. After all, if 140 of the world's top CEOs are saying that this is what it's going to take to be successful, that this is what it's going to take to lead in the future, then I think it's safe to say that these are things that we should all be paying attention to, embracing, practicing, and learning.